Hello, welcome to Lloyd's Dugout. We got to change that name. I'm joined, of course, by Coach Josh McAllister, the Kennett Baseball team, president of the Mount Washington Valley Little League, or Cal Ripken League, and Mr. Baseball in my mind.
Well,
Josh, my gosh, no one's busier than you right now.
It's a busy time of year. You know, it's also, I have a real job that's not
I was
coaching,
gonna say,
and
real
this is
job.
the busy time of year for that too. So it all ramps up pretty fast when we get into April and May. But you just kind of take a deep breath in the morning and make it through the day, and then go to bed at night and repeat.
Yeah, repeat is right. But something huge is happening this Friday. We're going to celebrate 100 years of Kennett Baseball, and it kind of stems back from this being the 100th anniversary of Kennett High School, where I remember last fall we had a wonderful, wonderful time on September 23rd with football games, soccer games, and all that. And you said it'd be wonderful if we could do this with baseball.
Yeah.
It's coming to fruition, my
It is.
friend.
It's great. I was at those games. I watched field hockey game, watched soccer game, watched the football game, and everybody came up and they're like, it'd be great to play a game on the field. I talked to Johnny Eastman and several other people, and so let's make it happen. So we've been working with Gretel Shaw at the middle school and their grounds crew, Philip McCaffrey, and trying to get the field up to playable. A little bit, it's a little rough. It hasn't been cared for as much as the high school fields are, and but it's in really good shape. We practiced on it yesterday, and we're just really excited to bring, to celebrate everything, bring it back to George Davidson Field, and where I got to play, and where so many years we played baseball.
I don't know what I like about it. What do you like about it? I just love being able to see the mountains in the background. I even like the train going by.
I love it. So I think the athletic fields at the middle school are probably some of the best athletic fields in the state. You sit there and you sit up on the hill looking down at the baseball field. You can see Mount Washington over the tracks. You've got the moats framing one side. The train might come through, which I'm hoping it does while we're there.
Yeah.
It's an outstanding place to play. What I didn't like about playing there is at 4 o'clock, the sun is right at the top of the moats, and if you're playing second base, it's right field, it's right in your eyes. But it's a beautiful place to play. There's nothing better than the atmosphere of having people sit up on the hill, looking down and watching, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, are we putting up a fence for the game?
No, we're going to play it old school.
Old school.
We're going to run it out. We practiced yesterday, and the boys were trying to hit bombs and trying to run around the bases. So
were they really?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
I haven't seen many hit it out in right field. I think Jeff Locke.
I've seen Jeff. I think
Carlton Pierre.
He was in my class.
A couple lefties. Yeah,
I've seen them hit it out, but I don't have any lefties. I never have any lefties.
You never have any lefties.
No, never.
And so we're playing Sanborn. Game is at 4:30?
4:30 start time.
But we're doing a lot of stuff beforehand.
Yeah, we've got some pregame festivities that'll probably start around 4. I'm still mapping out the timing. I will put the timing of everything on social media today or tonight. But we're going to have a special first pitch. We're going to have a national anthem. We're going to do a bunch of different things just to kind of recognize the history of Kennett Baseball, the players who've played for us before, the state championship teams, and all that.
Yeah, we're going to have. I can go ahead and release who we're going to have throw out the first pitches. So we got Danny Quinn from the class of '74, that championship team, and he is incredibly honored to do that. And he roped in a former catcher, Brian Day, I think class of '72 maybe.
Does Brian know?
Brian does know.
That's good.
Brian says I'm kind of washed up, but I said just hold the glove. Danny will hit it.
That's right.
So we got them, and then from the '95 championship team, Abe Wrobleski's coming home, the winning pitcher.
Yep.
And he's going to throw to his catcher, Chris Wheeler,
yes,
who's going to come up from Massachusetts.
No, it's exciting, and they're all very excited. Abe and I have been talking, and Chris has reached out, and they're all really excited about the opportunity to get out there and throw.
Yeah, Chris shared the team photo and gave names, and there were names I was like, I didn't remember that one. Yeah. I didn't remember that one, but it really, that was a special season that year. You were a freshman?
I was a freshman that year. I wasn't on that team, but I was, able to
go to the game,
and watch, be part of all of that. And everything about their state championship in '95 was really cool. Like rolling right into prom.
I know.
Everything about that is kind of a cool story.
Yeah, and Coach Burns. I mean, we're going to feel a lot of. Everyone's going to have a Coach Burns story to share with us. I think
so.
Then our master ceremony is going to be Bob Burns Jr.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, locked him up yesterday. So
Did you
I'm
really?
excited. I'm excited about that. I got to get information to him, but he was, he's honored. And I saw Linda last night at a meeting I was at, and she's happy that he's doing it too. So it'll be a fun event, I think.
Yeah, Linda wants to keep the book. She says that will bring back memories
Good.
for me.
I need somebody to do it.
And
the players aren't very good at it.
And George T. Davidson. I mean, we're gonna feel his aura there.
Absolutely.
I think too. I mean, he was the one he was kind of the brainchild behind the 75th anniversary game where where the 1974 team played the 95 team.
I came back and I remember coming back and watching that
Did
game
you really?
from the hill. Yeah.
Yeah, there were like 800 spectators
great.
there, and the Eagles won. We'll just say the Eagles won.
Right.
It was 11-0, but the Eagles won.
Good.
It was just a good day for everyone, and I remember Paul Luciano saying we turned 2 double plays against them. We didn't turn 2 double plays all season. So lots of fun stuff there, but got to get to the big week. I mean, you beat Plymouth.
We
did.
Beat
the #1 team in the state.
We did. Yeah, it was a great game. It was one of those classic Kennett Plymouth games where, runs are going to be hard to come by. They always have excellent pitching. They have Logan Finkel and Johnny Flaherty at the top of their rotation that are real hard to get over. We tend to have some success with them. It's like we split every year with our regular season games.
We always play them tough, regardless of the records.
But they're a tough team to beat. Last year, they made a magical run to the state championship game. I think we beat them in the last game of the season, and then they didn't lose again for the rest of the year. And so they've got a lot of really good players, a lot of really good kids on that team. I really like the players. They're nice kids. A lot of them play summer baseball with some of our guys.
Really?
So
Good.
They know. But it was interesting with the new coach, Chris Sanborn, the football coach, is also the baseball coach now, and Mike Boyle has moved on to a position in Laconia. And Mike and I kind of started coaching together about the same time. I think my first year was Underwood's last year at Plymouth, and then Mike came on after that. But it was a great game. Matt Charette
3-2 win.
Yeah, 3-2 win. Matt Charette was outstanding on the mound. He went all 7 innings.
Did he go 7 again?
Yeah, he gave up just a few hits. They scored their second run in the 7th. They made it interesting. They got runners in scoring position. The tying run was at second. But we played great defense on the day, got all the outs we needed in the infield and in the outfield. We bunted a lot on them.
Did you really?
When we got base runners, we moved them around, and then we had 2 sacrifice flies to drive in runs. And so it really was, we had to manufacture, we had to create runs, and that may be the recipe we have to take all season. Our bats aren't hot yet, and so we may have to get ourselves a chance by putting people in scoring position.
Fundamentals, Josh, I mean, I see it I'm watching college ball, I'm watching pro ball, and guys can't get the bunt down. So for you to execute like that.
Yeah, we've been bunting since January 8th. So every practice, including our optional winter workouts, we've had 2 pitching machines set up. 1 pitching machine in the cage and then 1 bunting machine. And I would say that our players have probably bunted 1,000 baseballs since January.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
We've been working on the fundamentals of getting the bunt down because it's important. It's something that we've been okay at, and we got to be good at.
Yeah. So did we take the lead first, or did they?
I think they scored in the top of the first inning. They got an unearned run in the top of the first
No.
inning. Our only error of the day was
in
the first inning. So they went up in the first, and then we managed to get I think 1 back in the second, and then a couple more shortly thereafter.
Good. So 3-1 into the 7th, and they get a couple on, and
they got a couple on. We
were you
held
tempted
strong.
to bring Matt Matt?
No, he was efficient. He was still in the high 70s, early 80s pitch count. I think he finished with 91 through 7. So he was pitching strong. They started making a little bit of contact, hitting it to where we weren't. I think he may have walked his only guy in the inning.
Really?
So, but we were never really stressed out about it. The first guy got on, and Matt looks at me and goes, "He doesn't matter. That guy doesn't matter. We're up by 2." So we had a conference that brought the infield in. I said, that guy really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about if he crosses the plate. Let's accumulate outs.
Gosh. And then to finish it off, I mean, that's back-to-back great games by Matt.
He was excellent. We went to Kingswood. We went to Kingswood, and we didn't hit. Kingswood didn't hit. They had a solo home run to win not to win the game, but in the 5th or something like that. It was the only run of the game was on a solo home run, and I would have hoped that we could get another run across the board too, so that it didn't matter. But we just, their pitcher Calvin Sanf was outstanding, and Matt was outstanding, and those are 2 really good games. We played defense well at Kingswood. We pitched well at Kingswood. We just didn't hit. Same thing with Plymouth. We didn't hit great against Plymouth, but we got enough runs. We had to start manufacturing some things. Yeah,
Matt's given up, I think, 8 hits and over 14 innings.
I think he's been outstanding.
Yeah.
He's actually got 25 innings already.
Has he really?
Yeah, we've racked up some mileage on Matt Charette already.
And you're going to see him on Friday, hopefully.
Yep, he'll be on the mound against Sanborn.
And today, being Wednesday, big game today down in Durham against Oyster River.
We're going to Oyster River. Jacob Brown is going to pitch for us today. I've been getting scouting reports from coaches around the state, trying to make sure that I've got our ducks in a row on how we're going to go after them. But we saw success on Monday with getting runners on and moving around and trying to get ourselves into scoring position. It's probably something that we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, and you've been facing everyone's big guns on the mound.
Yeah,
so probably today will be the same.
Although
Oyster River played on Monday too, so maybe they use their big guns.
We'll see.
Oh gosh, are you at the point, Josh, now where you feel like the lineup defensively is where we want to be? Got the players?
We're getting there. You know, we've had 2 really good defensive games the last couple of games. You know, we've I think our catching position, first base, second base, shortstop, we're floating Matt and Jacob there. Guillermo's starting to lock down third, so things are going there, and we're moving things around in the outfield. We have a lot of players that deserve to play.
Yeah.
So
that's a good luxury.
It is, and so we're moving some things around as far as who's starting games and where we go, and maybe DHing some guys so we get opportunities. You know, we had Cooper Coleman. He's a freshman. He DH'd on Monday against Plymouth for Bryce, our first baseman, who hits just fine too. But Cooper had a big sacrifice bunt to move a guy into scoring position. Ultimately, he scored. So, we're a lot of things like that to make sure that everybody is involved and invested in the game is going to be part of the plan.
Is Brody starting? His bat starting to come around for
Brody
us?
had a hit. I think he had a hit in Plymouth.
Did he?
He's starting to come to. He had a hit against Kingswood. It's coming.
I mean, he's too good to be held down.
Yeah,
That's the way I
he'll
look
hit.
at it.
I'm not worried. And Devin's been slow to start too, but he had a double against Plymouth.
Yeah.
And so that
Jacob and Matt are good hitters.
They're hitting.
It's nice to see Sawyer swinging a good bat.
We're gonna hit. I think we needed to warm up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're using comforters last night to stay warm.
I know.
Didn't want to put the heat on.
Not going to be warm again today, but Monday was great. It was 70.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
And it should be good on Friday too.
I think so.
I think it will be. So we got some photos. It's from the St. Thomas game.
Sure. Let's not talk about that
We
one.
won't talk about that game. We'll just talk about the players. And we unveiled a new uniform. The first time I saw that uniform.
Yep. Yeah, Jacob Brown at short for us there. You know, that is our new pinstripe home uniform.
I like it. It kind of looks snazzy.
I like it too. In the off season we had an opportunity to get new uniforms, so I went, and started designing them. I reached out to the boys as to what they wanted, and they all wanted pinstripes. So we decided to go with a pinstripe look for the next couple of years for home, and I think it came out nice.
Yeah, it really did come out nice. Then Matt, was he at third?
Matt was at third because Brody started that game. So yeah, Matt was at third, and we got a new hat too, a gold visor with a white front with the eagle on it. We wear an eagle at home and we wear a K away.
Do you really?
Yep. So
nice.
We have that in our mix.
I like that.
That's Owen, our center fielder. Yep.
He's a good athlete.
He's good. He covers a lot of ground out there. For us, he's a high energy guy. He's got a lot of enthusiasm. He keeps everybody focused on the game. Really is one of the guys that drives our culture and our enthusiasm in the middle of games.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a ton out of him over the next couple of years.
This is John Dodge. John's a guy that will pitch for us out of the pen a little bit. He throws hard. He's got a great arm. We're trying him out a little bit at third to kind of spell Guillermo. He plays outfield a little bit. He's one of those guys that has not had a lot of opportunity yet, but he deserves to be in the game. And we'll get some. He'll be in the lineup today against
a junior
too. He's a junior. Yep.
And we only have 2 seniors. That's what
just Brody and Bryce.
Reminding ourselves. There's the guy.
There's Brody. We gave him his first start against St. Thomas, which was a tough matchup for him. But he actually did a lot better than I had hoped. Brody sometimes struggled with strikes, but he threw a lot of strikes. Fun thing about that game, and not so fun about it, is they scored 8 runs in the first 3 innings, and all 8 of them were with 2 outs. So we got the outs early. We just weren't able to piece the last one together.
Gosh.
That St. Thomas team is really strong.
They are.
But Brody proved to me that he can come in and he can pitch valuable innings.
Good. That's what we like. Is that Sawyer?
Is that Sawyer over at second? Yeah, Sawyer's locking down second. He's really worked hard on his defense this year, and so we feel really confident with him kind of anchoring that spot all year.
Just another good guy.
Yep.
Good guy. Good.
Is it Jacob? Jacob again. Looks like he missed that one.
Or he fouled it all.
Straight down off
I think
his
he fouled it straight off his foot.
Yeah.
But Jacob could be a potent bat for us.
Yeah, Matt's hitting well. I mean, Jacob and Matt are great because they're consistent hitters. They always have good at bats. They drive the ball up the middle. So they're guys that I trust pretty much anywhere in the order. Against Plymouth, I had Matt move to the top. Matt hit leadoff. I moved Devin to the 3rd hole and put Sergio Espazua in the 2 hole because Sergio is a high on base guy, sees a lot of pitches, great bunter, which helped in the game. He bunted for us.
Did he? Good.
And so we kind of moved things around a little bit, and Jacob landed in kind of the cleanup spot. But he just puts the bat on the ball and puts it in play, and that's really what we're looking for.
That's wonderful.
That's Devin. I gave Devin a chance to
throw.
I gave Devin a chance to throw.
How'd our catcher pitch?
He pitched. He was there. It was
Who caught for him?
Jonah Pepin.
Jonah did? Yeah, good. Jonah got some varsity
Jonah got
time.
in there for that game. Yep.
And then little mound visit.
Yeah, we were making a pitching change here. It was a long game. it was a tough one against St. Thomas.
Yeah,
we kind of ran out of pitching. We didn't have Jacob or Matt available for the game, so it was a pitch by committee, and that St. Thomas team is outstanding.
And so, I think you were the only team that played. I think you, Larry, and softball played one game, but you played 3 games over vacation week.
Yes.
I mean, tennis didn't play anything. Track had a meet.
I don't like to take vacation week off.
No.
So our schedule came out with no games on vacation week.
Did it really?
And I like to play a 16-game schedule. I like to try to get 16 Division II games and then an 18, and then add the 2 Berlin games.
I love 18 games.
So we play a full Division II schedule and then add the extra 2. And so we worked to add Conval and St. Thomas to our schedule, which isn't going to help us at all. We didn't win the Conval game. That was a tough one over driving to Peterborough and back. And then,
my God, that's like 5 tolls in my mind.
Right, and then adding St. Thomas, the best, probably the best offensive and pitching team in the state, to our schedule when we already had them on our schedule once.
Yeah, play them twice. You're the only one playing them twice.
I think so. So it doesn't really help us much, but we've got to play good teams to be a good team.
Absolutely. The more games, the better we're going to be. Right. I think.
Agreed.
We'll be playoff ready. So we've got some.
That's
there's
Bryce Marcoux, our first baseman. He's been great defensively over there. Yeah.
God, I can't believe he's a senior already. I mean, I'd love to have him for another year.
Me too. Brody
using his wheels down the line.
Oh, yeah, very fast. Guillermo had a good game against Plymouth. He had a couple good at bats. I think he drove in 2 runs. I think he had a base hit for a run and then a sac fly for our 3rd run.
Did he? Good.
Yeah, he had some good at bats.
Yeah, and again, he's only a sophomore. I mean, we're so young, but just from baseball experience, I've just seen him growing up. So it's like, Josh has had those guys for a while.
It feels like it. And I get most of them again, next year.
Yeah.
And after, a lot of them the year after that too.
Do we have a lot of 8th graders coming up?
We do. We have a pretty talented 8th grade class. We've got some players there that pitch. And that a lot of that 8th grade class is in a window around my son, where I've coached a lot of them at the younger levels. So very familiar with the players that will be coming in the next probably 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I've had my hands in there a little bit.
And you're so optimistic. I mean, I love that about you, but I just can't help but think, God, if Logan Ramsey was healthy.
I know. And what time is it right now? It's 9. Logan is currently in surgery.
Prepping for surgery. Oh, is he?
He's in. Yeah, today's the day. So he's going to get his arm fixed up, and today's step 1 in getting back to playing with us next year.
Yeah. So hopefully by January he'll be able to do some things.
Hopefully he'll be fully rehabbed, and when we get to the beginning of our winter season, he'll be right there and ready to go.
We're going to be some tough.
I feel good. I mean, and that's one of the things that's been a challenge for us is we were set up pitching wise to have Logan, Jacob, and Matt to kind of top off that rotation. And Logan's probably a 50 inning a year guy for us, and taking those 50 innings out has been a challenge. And so we've got some, Sergio Esposito is going to pitch. John Dodge, I think, is going to chew up some innings for us, effective innings. And then Matt and Jacob are really efficient pitchers, so they've been able to go a lot deeper into games than typical, but they fill up the strike zone. They don't walk a lot of guys, which really, really helps out.
And the key for us is just not to have 4 games in a week if we can avoid a rain out.
We have 4 games next week. So
do you have 4 next week?
Yeah,
too?
we play
Lord.
John Stark on Friday away, and then we play Saturday morning at St. Thomas.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Great.
So, yeah. The top 2 teams in the state.
Yeah, let's bring it on.
Back to back within 12 hours of one another.
Poor Brody's going to see the mound
We'll
again.
See, maybe.
No,
he might.
No. So the 100th game, Sarah Lynn Smith just got some photos for me, and got some old classic photos. We got to take a look at these.
That's the beginning.
The 1924 team. I mean, I can't name a soul other than the mountains in the background. That's probably it. But I mean, they had good numbers, and it looked like some decent-sized kids.
I know. I wish we could get some bigger kids.
Yeah.
The guy in the back middle is huge.
Yeah, he does look huge. I don't know who he is, but I mean, and this was the 1939 team, I think it was. I was just fascinated by the socks, I think, or the K. I mean,
it's just. I think it actually is older than 39, because I think in 39 they had.
Or was it 33 maybe?
It made it, I think from 30.
33, Rob says.
Yeah, 35 to 70s they had basically the same uniform.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think we'll probably see it here.
Oh my gosh, that's 30. There's the 39.
Yeah, so that you get the classic block Kennett across the chest.
Yeah,
it's like a classic uniform.
It really is. None of them look happy. I mean, nobody looks happy in these photos.
Angry faces.
Yeah.
No, that's same jersey again.
Yeah.
I like everything about that. The hat, the block K.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Kind of old, definitely old school for sure. And this was Coach Burns' first team, 1970.
Wow.
I mean, they didn't wear uniforms back then. They just played casual.
Just went on.
It was casual league under Burns' first year.
Right.
There's the state championship team. Danny Quint, their third from the left. He'll be there, and I think a few of his other teammates are going to show up.
That's
hopefully,
great.
Paul Luciano will show up. Hopefully, it'll be fun. That's my senior year team. So Johnny Eastman's in there in the fifth row, back row, fifth, almost center. Guy with the scruffy beard
and all the hair.
And all the hair.
And all the hair. Yeah.
Where did that go, Johnny Eastman?
I know. I got the same problem.
But they were a great team. They just couldn't win it. I mean,
in that uniform, the classic '80s uniform, the yellow. We mocked up a uniform like that for
Did you really?
the 100th game, but we didn't go with it.
Oh,
we
good.
Didn't go with it.
And then this was the championship, 95. Yeah, Nate was pretty pumped.
Yeah, he looks pumped.
Yeah, he
should be.
Darn good player. And there's the championship team. And Abe Robleski. I mean, Abe was phenomenal during that run.
He was outstanding.
Yeah, player of the year, I believe.
I mean, that team had player of the year and Abe that year, and the following year's player of the year was Nate. They had back-to-back player of the year on the same roster.
Yeah, and then we were blessed to have Abe come coach with you first couple of years,
my first
right?
I think my first 3 or 4 years, Abe was my assistant coach. It was a good way to get started.
It really was.
We didn't win a lot of games those first few years, but it was good to have Abe there.
It really was. He helped lay the foundation. And Coach Burns in the traditional, he loved that uniform.
Yeah, he didn't want to wear the gray.
He didn't want to wear the gray.
He didn't want to match everybody.
And then this was 2006, last time we got to the finals, Jeff Locke's group.
Yep. No, that was again another really good team. There's Sean Gennard on that team as well.
Yeah.
Jeff and Sean both on the mound, and it was just a solid squad.
Robbie Knox, catcher. I mean,
outstanding team.
Just very good team, and we almost won it with those guys.
Yeah.
And then the 2015, your first team.
That was my first team.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Oh my God, you must stay in touch with a lot of these guys.
I do. Several though. I got Jacob Cameron in the middle. He's a big guy. Another big guy in the middle.
Yeah, big guy in the middle.
Jacob is actually going to come back and talk to some of our players here later this month. It was part of our championship speaker series. I stay in close contact with Adam Martinez, who's a catcher on that team.
Yeah, Adam in the front.
Yeah, front with the glasses.
Yeah.
Right next to me in the photo is Aaron Lamar. He now works for HEB Engineers with me.
That's Aaron. Oh my gosh, that's Aaron.
I was meeting with Aaron right before I came over here.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of fun to see where these guys end up.
It really is. It's just a great blast from the past. I love it. I love it. And then also we should mention that on Friday the Kennett softball will be playing back at the old Nest, and they're celebrating 73 years of Kennett softball.
Excellent.
But 30 years since their first state championship.
That's
so
right. It's great.
Peter Ames is going to throw out the first pitch. We got Laura Engler and Sarah Thomas, was it? No, Sarah. I forget Sarah's last name. Bummer. And Nikki Wagstaff, she was the last pitcher who wasn't a windmill pitcher to win a state championship.
That's crazy.
So she'll be back. And that's the championship team. Got Gretel Shaw, second from the left in the back row.
Yep.
I'm hoping she's going to catch the first pitch from Peter on Friday. That would be fun for those guys. So good stuff there, but it's just going to be a great day on Friday.
No, I'm excited, and you went through some of the team photos there, and one of the things that we did is we looked at all those team photos. Sarah Lynn has all of pretty much as many as you can get accumulated, and one thing that I noticed is from 1935 to 1972. The team were essentially the same jersey, the one I pointed out with the block letters with the stripes. So that's the jersey that we modeled our throwback jersey that we're going to have for the game. So I brought one here to show. So we have a classic white Kennett jersey to kind of match what those looked like from 1935 to 1972. I felt like it was something that we had to do to kind of it was the right uniform to match because it was for so long. And if you think about it, like 1935 seems like such a long time ago.
Does.
1972 doesn't seem like that long ago. But that was a
60
long
years.
time to wear a jersey. It was like 30-something years of the same jersey. So what we have here is this one, and Lloyd, this is actually a replica for you to like hang up somewhere at the Sun. It's got your name on the back.
19's always been my number.
So
too.
we've got a jersey here for you to keep and hang up on your wall, or
and look at that on the side.
Yeah, we have a commemorative sort of logo on the side. It's got the building, the years 1924 to 2024 with the Block K, and kind of a remake of the old school building with an eagle on the other side. So it's going to be kind of a cool uniform, I think. I'm excited for the guys to wear them at the game on Friday.
And we're not going to wear shorts like the white.
No, we're not going to wear shorts. No, we'll just wear white pants.
White pants?
Yeah, and hopefully some stirrups.
Traditional, good-looking uniform. Yeah. I love it, Josh. I mean, the Kennett just looks perfect.
Yeah, look, it's amazing what you can do with designing uniforms. Just send a picture to somebody, and they're like, "We can do that."
And what about for a hat? What are we going to wear for a hat?
I'm working with Gretel. I'm trying. Some of them I might wear the middle school hats, like just the Block K. I'm trying to get as close to what it looked like when we all played there as possible. I've got all of my hats from when I played in high school, but not enough to fit a team up.
So on Friday, will we do like player introductions and stuff like that?
I don't know if we'll do player introductions. We'll have a national anthem. I think it's going to be kind of long. Game starts at 4:30, so I don't want to get too long beyond 4:30 because we'll start running out of sunlight. I don't want to creep up on that. So
Krista Day going to sing the national anthem?
She is unavailable.
Is she unavailable? Back on American Idol.
Yeah, right. Candy Tremblay is going to sing. It's my assistant coach Seth Allen's wife.
Yeah, Candy's got a wonderful voice.
So she's going to sing for us.
Yeah, she's our holiday party. We book her for the Sun. She's great. Oh, that'll be really good. And if you got any energy left after Friday, you got a busy day on Saturday.
Yep, got to get up bright and early, and it's the Cal Ripken opening day festivities and parade.
Oh my gosh!
We have 4 major league teams, so kind of a U12 level. We have 6 minor league teams, which is U10, and then another 7 rookie levels. So we've got 17 teams, about 200 kids, all gonna convene on Whitaker Woods at 8 in the morning, do some kind of deal with the chaos and do the photos, and then do our parade down Pine Street, Mechanic, and around back to Whitaker. The parade's at 9.
Parade's at 9?
Yes.
Ooh.
Parade will be at 9 a.m.
Write that down.
And then we've got games scheduled that day. I think at 11:30 is the first game at Whitaker Woods. There's another game at 1:30 at Whitaker Woods, both minors games, and then some of the rookies teams are playing all around the valley later on that day.
And you are not the McAllister who will be coaching.
I'm not coaching a team. My wife, Allie, is coaching the Cubs in the rookies. My daughter, Marin, is on there. She's number 1.
Is she
got to pick her jersey first because we're coaching. Allie's coaching. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to watch.
She coached the Cubs last year.
She
Marin
did,
played with them last year.
Her and Jason Vino and Sarah DiMartino coached the Cubs last year. That dream team coaching staff is back. So it's a lot of fun. Marin loves it. Allie loves it. They're really good with the kids, and we have excellent coaches all the way through the league, and I'm really excited. Our game started Monday. It was a majors game on Monday between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks. 2 minors games last night. So we're rolling.
Oh my God!
It's a very short season. We got to start before opening day.
You really put a lot into a short amount of time.
We do. We pack it all in there, and we're hoping to finish our playoffs right around the time school gets out. We also are going to have a big raffle fundraiser we've done the last 2 years, where all the players will be selling a minimum number of tickets, and the funds go to betterment of league facilities. We're helping with the upgrades at O'Brien. We're going to move that to cut the infield a little bit wider to put 70-foot bases on there. Last year we purchased 4 temporary pitching mounds so we can start doing 50-foot mound and 70-foot bases. So we have 1 in Madison, 1 in Bartlett, and 2 in Conway. So this fundraiser is helping us, purchase those things that our league needs, and buy more, home run fences and the stuff that we need, and help keep the facilities up to date. So we've raised about $17,000 a year for the last 2 years, and so we're hoping to get right back to that point.
When will the fundraiser start?
We're going to kick it off hopefully at opening day, at least kick off the conversation about it. We're still waiting on all the tickets to get in and get them collated.
We'll have stuff in the Sun so people can look for it there.
So we'll be selling the tickets basically all of May, and probably the first part of June, or the first week of June, and then collecting all the tickets and doing the raffle will be at the championship game, between the major and minor championship game. And we get 4 tickets to the Red Sox, to a game this summer for Red Sox, along with a $100 card to buy food or whatever while you're there.
Oh my gosh.
We got 4 tickets to the Sea Dogs, 4 tickets to the Fisher Cats, along with a card to be able to buy food.
Top-notch prizes.
And there's prizes for the kids for selling the most tickets at each level. And so it's a good fundraiser. The kids really get into it, and it really helps our league out.
That's wonderful. So it's baseball weekend. I'm just super psyched, and hopefully take a little momentum coming in. We win Wednesday down at Oyster, come home, 2-game win streak.
It would be
the
nice.
100th anniversary game.
It'd be nice to go into that game on Friday with 2 wins under our belt this week.
It would be really good. But again, Friday, 4:30 is game time. Get there 3:45. You want to be there early so you can take part in all the festivities. I'm sure Danny Quinn will sign some autographs if you want.
I bet. He sure will.
But it'll be great. Josh, thank you so much for putting all this together.
Thanks, Lloyd.
Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
I absolutely love my jersey.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much. For Josh McAllister, I'm Lloyd Jones and Rob Struble. Thanks for watching Lloyd's Dugout. Great. You rocked